Hey y'all, long time no see, but that's the way life goes sometimes. I'm back with another farm video today, working on extending the hog lot. That's something I wanted to get done before this time of year. You see, we already got our pigs for this year. Behind me, I fenced in almost an acre down through the woods here, and 2 years ago, it looked like it did down here. Thick, growed up, and this is what the pigs do for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix in another section on this side. Not quite as big. I don't think. It may be pretty close. But I'm gonna leave this road bed down this hill. I'm gonna try to leave it. I'm gonna fence it in from here over and put a gate right here on this fence where I can open up and let them out this way 1 year, and then the next year I'll close this one, open that one over there, and let them out on that side. And I can rotate them back and forth that way. But we've got all the posts run down the bottom side. We're kind of halfway through the project here, down the hill and down that way. And I've got to come back up a hill, and I'm gonna go all the way down the edge of this field right here. And then we got to put us up a gate and run some wire. Y'all hang out with us while we build this fence today. Before we get started into actually building the rest of the fence here, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about my process. So once we get our pigs, we keep them in this main lot here with the hog panels and the woven wire. When I first built it, it was just hog panels. Then I made it about 4 times bigger than what it was, and I used woven wire, and I kept them just in this for a year or two. But once I learned the smaller area you keep them in, the more you smell them. And once you get them out in a bigger area down through the woods, you don't smell them that bad. But about a foot inside of this fence, we have a galvanized wire, and it's electric. And I train them on hot wire in this, and I leave them in this for a few weeks. And once they get good and used to that, we turn them out down here. And all I've got on this part of the fence is just poly rope. You got T-post and 3/8 fence rods. That's the main part of this fence. So far, I've not had any trouble with any of them getting out because they are already trained to electric wire, and all this is electric. So they stay in it pretty good. You just have to make sure the wire's up and good. But on my corners, when I run these out, I like these, I just use a T-post on the corners because this poly rope, all it needs is just support to hold it in place. So you don't need a wood post or nothing big and heavy. But I really like these Lockjaw's T-post clips. They snap on. They're made in the USA. This is not sponsored. I just really like this product. But they're made in the USA. They just clip on like that. Push it on. I don't know if I can get one off with one hand. Shot right off. But just put it where you want it. Push it on straight, and they snap in. I've yet to had one break. They stay in place really good, and they're easy to run a wire through, and they're perfect for this poly rope. And the way they horseshoe around it, the wire goes right in that groove, and you don't have to worry about it shorting out on the post. But we're gonna run our other corner down at the end there and get some wire and run some straight line, and we're gonna start knocking posts in. When I built the first side of the fence over there, I wasn't real familiar with building fencing with poly rope and what kind of supports you needed. So when I done a T-post and then a round post and a T-post and a round post, and just went every other one all the way around. So probably what I'm gonna end up doing, I can use those T-posts in my pasture fence when I get started on it here in a week or two. And I'm gonna go back and pull some of them out and replace them with these round posts. But right now, what we're gonna do, we'll walk all the way down here to the end of our run. I'm gonna drive this corner post in, facing the come on with them. And one thing I like about the poly rope, you know, it ain't like metal. It don't kink and get tore up all together and stuff. So you can roll it up, take it down, roll it up, move it, reuse it, move it all over the place, and it lasts pretty good. I think this wire right here is about 3 or 4 years old, but I'm gonna drive this corner in so I'm gonna hook this wire to it so we can pull a straight line back to the top of the hill, so we'll have us a nice straight line for our post. I got it started here. We're gonna let Easton drive it in. Go ahead. Need to be deeper than that. When you're driving it, try to keep the bottom end of that thing cocked away from you a little bit, because if you catch one of the nipples on that post, it's gonna hang you up. A little bit more. About don't look at the camera. Pay attention to what you're doing. All right, should be good right there. They're struggling a little bit, but that driver's probably weighs twice as much as the ones you buy in the store. I built that one because I don't like them little rinky-dink things you buy.
Oh, you made this?
Yeah, I made it.
That's why I have a VS.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it here.
Oh, while we're down here, we're gonna go ahead and knock in this other corner. What should have been right here. I don't know why I knocked that one in. We can find somewhere that ain't got a rock. All right, got started. Come drive it. One more time. Can you pick it up off her? Let's get our wire and we'll run our straight line. One reason I stopped doing videos, I broke my tripod when we was tearing down the barn. But for right now, I'm just gonna take this piece of wire and make me a loop around this post and hook in this poly rope and roll it out up there to the top. But I've got me a new tripod. If you can tell, I got me some new microphones. We're gonna see how this works out. See if they pick up a little better, sound a little better. All right, can you sit there and hold that in place till I get up to the other end? Hopefully there's enough wire on this spool. You know what? I started on the wrong end. I'm pulling from underneath. Sometimes that's what happens when you ain't paying attention. No. We'll take this end and tie it off and start over. What do you think?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thanks.
All right. Now, hold that wire right there on that post while I go up a hill. Like I said, this is what I like about using this poly rope. You can take it down, roll it up around your arm like a regular rope. It don't kink and bind. Moving around, reuse it. This spool is normally one I run around this garden down here. I can tell I'm out of shape walking around these hills. The only problem I'm gonna have to worry about on this side is deer knocking this fence down. They've got them a bunch of paths running through the woods right here. I believe we're gonna have to cut some of these pines back too, but that's one reason I want to run the pigs over here is to clean all this up. And once we get up here to the top end, that's probably, I'd say at least 200 foot down there. Once I get up here, all I'm gonna do is pull it tight. Try to make sure it ain't hanging on nothing. And tie it off. If I can figure out a good knot that I don't have to cut it. That should hold right there till we get our post run down. I don't know if we're gonna finish it all today because we got several posts we got to get in, knock in, and we got to go back and put insulators on all of them. We may wait and run the wire another day. What do you think?
Yeah, but not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Easter. You don't want to run wire on Easter?
No.
Like I said, most of this fence is going to be these round rods. And all it is pretty much is 3/8 rebar with a little wing welded on it. At our local hardware store, these are $2.39 a piece. So it's a whole lot cheaper than T-post and a lot easier than wood post. Spacing I don't get real specific. I do about 5 steps. And I want my wire on the inside of the fence. I think that's about 12 to 15 foot. But I want the wire on the inside of the fence so the pigs ain't rooting up against the post. They get close enough to it, they get shocked before they start hitting the post. So me and Easton's I'm gonna get him to walk the post out and I'm gonna start driving them in. So what I want you to do is take that post, get over here at this one, at this corner right here, and you count your steps from that post to that post. And you remember how many steps. So every time you put a post in, you count that same amount of steps from that one to that one, and you start going down the line. And we may put in a couple other T-posts down through there just for a little extra support. I can tell I'm gonna have to cut some more off these pines here. I don't know if I already said that or not. Use a little short on your count there. Go ahead and grab you a couple. You can carry more than one. That's fine. Drag them if you got to. It ain't gonna hurt them. He's close on that one. So that's all our posts down through there. Got a good straight line. And like I said, we already finished down the hill and back up to here. So all I got is this little stretch right here. We run across the top of this ridge over here because it's a pretty steep drop off, and it goes down. If you can see the orange clips on that one, the hill's not quite as steep up there, but right here it's about a straight down drop off almost. So it's a little more laid back over there. So I'm gonna try to keep them up here where it's halfway flat, let them clean this out. But I walked down this line as 100 and let's say it was 80 steps, so it's probably about 240 foot. So it may be a little bit bigger area than I thought it was for them to run in here. But we're gonna run these last few posts and get them knocked in. We're gonna start putting insulators on. And then go probably eat some lunch because this youngin' saying he's starving to death.
I'm hungry as a bee.
This is a short stretch. I'm not really worried about running a straight line. So we'll just kind of eyeball it right here. And of course you get on a rock or root or something. Bring that last post. It look like it's in line with the rest of them. I ask you a question, boy. Daydreaming? Huh? I says, that look like it's in line with the rest of them? Well, come on, let's go up here and start getting these insulators. The plastic pieces. One thing I am going to do down this stretch is about every fourth one, I'm going to put a T-post. Just a little extra support there. I think it would be fine without it, but we're going to do it anyways. You want to drive it?
Yeah.
Let that thing whoop you. Keep going. Drive it in there. Come on. What?
There's a black snake. There's a black snake.
Well, it's all right. You done shook the ground. Got him moving down the hill. All right, should be good right there. You see him? No. I caught a glimpse of it. It must have went down in the leaves or something. It'll be all right. It's kind of warm out here. We got all the posts knocked in, so we're going to sit down, take a break, start putting insulators together. I think we got, with the post, we got at least 100 to put on. I'll do 3. I run 3 strands of wire, about 6, 12, and 20 to 24 inches on the top one. It had a good hot box. 1 strand probably keep them in, but I don't know why. I just like to run 3. That's my preference. And like I said, this ain't the end all be all way of doing it. It's just the way I do it. If somebody wants to, they can do it this way. If you got a better idea, that's fine too. But this works for us. And I'll let them run. I'll leave them out in these big runs until it gets close to time to start stocking the freezers. About 2 or 3 weeks before, I'll pin them back up in this main lot. You getting behind over there, Slick. Just put them on a couple threads. Don't screw them all the way in. The way we can slide them down on the post. And one thing, at least the T-post clips are a lot quicker to put on than these, but they cost a lot more. The T-posts, I think 5-foot ones, about $6 a piece now. So you run 100, 150 posts, it adds up quick. I don't think we ran that many. To do this whole fence, like I said, we got T-posts in the corners, and on the longer runs, I got a couple in between, but we run about, I think about 40 of these round posts. And that is the majority of the fence. And I've got one little about 30-foot section right here where I'm going to put the gate up. I haven't quite figured out exactly how I'm going to do it yet, so we're going to leave that alone for the time being till I get a gate. I've already got plenty of extra posts around here. We'll just have to go pick us up a gate from somewhere.
Another perfect place.
Matthews.
Yep.
That's probably where we'll go. That's where we'll buy all this stuff.
You and Mama.
And support your local hardwares and small businesses if you can. And I don't know about y'all's area, but somehow or another, there's a fella up here, as far as all this farm stuff you need, he's got just about all of it. And he beats everybody else's price. He's cheaper than Tractor Supply and Lowe's and all these other places on a lot of it.
Yeah, that's why we get all of our stuff.
Mm-hmm. And
he has a lot more stuff that
he's just a few miles up the road. We ain't got to make no special trip nowhere. I don't care too much for Tractor Supply in no ways. I think it's glorified and overpriced.
Yeah. People just go there because they have like lawnmowers and stuff, because the people that's there, they work there because they want money to buy cool like cars and stuff like that.
Well, that's the reason anybody works. So they'll have money.
Yeah, but some people just work for a lot of money so they can be cool and rich. And
well, I don't think people working at Tractor Supply is getting rich. People that own Tractor Supply is getting rich.
Yeah, that ain't fair.
All right. They got the stake in it and had to start the business, so they're entitled to make their money. We think, Gus. So we're gonna sit there and put the rest of these insulators together, and then we're gonna get started putting them on the post.
If there's two, and there's two.
Those are different.
Oh.
Just take one bag, don't take two. So on these round post insulators are threaded on the back side, and this nut, you just slide it down through the slot, down to the height you want, and tighten that nut up, and locks it in place. I say right now I'm just eyeballing it, so about 6, 12. And I'll do the top one a little bit higher. And they go on pretty quick. It takes longer to sit there putting them together than it does to put them on. It's so easy, even a child can do it. Ain't that right? Now look at the spacing on mine and try to make those match, okay? Now you're gonna have to put them lower. You're stacking them, so you can't slide one past the other one, right? Just slide it down. You ain't gotta take it off. There you go. About right there. Now you put that top one on a little higher. Right there. And like any plastic that sits out in the sun, it's gonna get brittle, and these will break just like anything else. And I've had them break, and it be nothing laying around it that looks like it hit it, just like they break for no reason. So when I'm building a fence, for me, I try to make it a habit. Every couple posts or so around the fence, I'll throw my extra insulator up there. That way, if I'm making a round, going around checking everything, and I come to one that's broke, I ain't got to go all the way back up to the barn to get me another insulator. I already got one down here. So I just swap it out while I'm standing here looking at it. Try to get the camera position where you can see it here. On the straight runs, like I said, I use the lock jaws on the corners, and they're fine. They're made for doing straight runs too, but I have a bunch of these still. So we're just going to use our regular T-post clips. You probably can't see this bottom one. Get our spacing, hook it on, slide it around, snap that lock into place. So now we've got, I don't know if you can see it real good, but we got our line run all the way down that way, got all our insulators on. And now, probably right now, we're going to go take us a break and eat some lunch. It's about 1 o'clock. We got to go all the way down this hill with insulators and then back around. I've got a few across the bottom. From what I had, we full with yesterday putting them on, but I ran out. So we're going to take us a break. We're going to come back, put a few more insulators on, and probably going to be it for today. Getting kind of warm out here for this. It'll be all right. Old pigs then went up in the shed there. They got hot, went and got in the shade. So after we ate lunch and I come back out, my genius self forgot to turn the microphone back on. But what I was saying right here is some of y'all may find this scene familiar. It's a different tractor, but it's the same hill going down, and Gus is right here in my ear, just huffing and puffing. But if y'all watch True Grit, this is the same hill Andy come down to get that red oak a while back. And y'all can see the way it's growed up and thick. I mean, it's not growed up real tall, but the pigs will enjoy going through that, rooting it up, cleaning it out, and it will clean up just like the other side after they run through there for a little while. And once we get to the bottom of the hill here, this is what I said that we done yesterday. We run the post down the hill and down across the bottom of the holler here, and then back up a little bit. And we come down here to finish the insulators, and I ended up still not getting enough. I bought 100 insulators this morning, and we put up all 100 of them, and I'm short about 12 or 16. I think I got four more posts to do. So I'm going to have to wait till Monday and go get another bag of insulators because ain't nowhere open today. I'm not making a special trip to Tractor Supply to get them. Right here, just continuing to put the insulators on. Working my way back up the hill. Same thing, 3 per post, space them out. And I can go back and adjust them, make sure they all look straight once I run the wire. Right now, just setting them on just to put them on the post. So we had sat down there and done our little recorded ending as we was putting the last bag of insulators together. And we went and finished the last 25 insulators on the post. Still, again, my microphones wasn't on, but they are now, so we're going to redo it. But that's it for the fence. What I'd said in the original clip, I think the total cost, I spent about $200 this morning between posts and insulators, and we got a couple other things, so it wasn't quite that much on what I'd got. The posts were $239 a piece. The insulators are $8.99 a bag. It's 25 a bag, 25 in each bag, and then the lock jaws I use on the corner post are $10.99 a bag, and there's 25 in them. So between posts and insulators, altogether, what I already had on hand, you probably about $190. And in the time you buy enough wire to go around a fence this size, this is close to an acre. You're looking about another $100 for wire, and then of course you're gonna need a fence box put on. That's gonna be about another $100. So you'll be about $400 to fence in an acre, which to me is not bad price for what we're doing. It's a large area for our hogs to run and root and dig, but lost my train of thought. But that's where we're at on this. I've still got to get a gate to finish, and I've got to get a few more insulators to finish the rest of the post before we can start running wire. You got anything to say?
No, but I do have one thing to say. It was really fun working with you, Daddy.
I'm good. We'll keep doing it, and we'll learn how to do this. Because one of these days I'm going to be old, and I ain't going to be able to do it, and you're going to have to do it. But that's going to be it for this one. We'll try to do a video on the rest of it as we finish it, and then when we eventually turn the pigs out into it. But thank y'all for watching. Hope you learned something. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.